Hi guys, welcome. Hope you had a nice day, or hope you will have a nice day, depending on when you're watching it. And today I'm here to present to you everything I've crocheted for the past 2 months. So for July and August, as an extreme beginner, as a first timer. I think that's the intro. Okay, let me explain to you how I got to crochet. Um, I'm someone that tend to have new hobbies every like 2 to 3 months. So like every trimester, I have a new hobby, right? So before crocheting, my hobby was like beading and doing like bracelets and like charms and like phone charms and phone handle. Yeah, beads. Love beads. I still love beads, but I kind of transitioned to something else. But I'll try and show pictures of stuff I've done, like for me, for my friend, for my sister's friend, for my sisters, for my mom. Yeah. After that, or before that, I guess it was ukulele. I have a ukulele. My friend bought it for me for my birthday, and I genuinely used it for an entire, like, a month. I learned to play one thing. I can't even remember it probably, but I learned to play one thing. And because I'm really bad at coordinating hand, it's really bad. But I really want to learn more things. But yeah, so it was ukulele, then beading, then now my new hobby. What is it? It's crocheting. It actually didn't start with crocheting. I wanted to do knitting, but I thought both of them were the same thing. So when I was looking into knitting, I discovered that it's actually two different things. And I went on YouTube. What's the difference between knitting and crocheting? And there was different videos that explained that, if you want to do this, this, and this, it's better to do crocheting. And if you want to do this, this, and this, it's better to do knitting, right? And so I decided to take crocheting because it felt that it would be easier as a beginner and as a first timer. And I didn't need to learn a bunch of stuff. But I'm probably gonna transition to knitting at some point, um, because I've always wanted to knit. I always found people that knit really cool. But yeah, that's how I began crocheting. I'm showing you today everything I've crocheted for the past 2 months. Exactly. You have to keep in mind there's only been 2 months that I've been doing this. So it's awful. Some of them are really awful. But I'm still gonna show it. Because it's funny. I see them and I'm like, so okay, let's go with the first one I did. The first official project I actually did because I started with doing only squares of different like stitches. And then I was like, okay, now I can start doing a project. So I went on the internet. I was like, what do I want to do as my first project? I was like, oh, I want to do like a phone, like a sacoche but for like your phone. I don't know how to call it in English, so I call it like a sacoche for your phone. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. So I went on YouTube, found like a tutorial, and I was following it, following it, and then I ended up with that. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do like a checkered. You're gonna see that like the checkered thing is like a recurring theme for me. But this is the official first project I did. It is awful. It looks like a bottle. It's like increase decreasing. I still do that after 2 months. I mean, I've been better at it, but I still randomly increase and decrease. So I like forced myself to use stitch markers. I had them from the beginning, but I was lazy to use them, so I didn't use them, and I always ended up with like a decrease and an increase. This side is like awful, but it's fine. It's the first project, so I did that, and I even weaved in the ends and stuff. I still use it, to be honest. I had to remove the stuff that was in it, but I use it in my bag to just store stuff that just are loose in my bag. I also used it at some point for my camera, like my this camera, to put it inside, but I'm probably gonna do like a proper kind of case for this one. So that's the first official project. You guys can take a picture and laugh at me. Like even the checker is awful. Look, some of the lines are like one line. The green is like the black starting to get thinner and thinner. It's bad. So my second official project is a gift. I did is like a tote bag, a checkered one again, that I did for my friend for her birthday slash just a gift. I filmed when I was doing like, so the whole process, I filmed it. So I'm probably gonna put it here. It's probably gonna be really long, so you can skip it if you want to. But I did film the whole process, like me starting it, me realizing I up counting the like rows. I lined it inside. I added like stuff. You'll see it. This is officially my second project. The first one looks ugly as hell, looks awful, but it's for me and it was the first one, so I'm a bit lenient to myself. But this one is for my friend. I'm doing it for a gift for Dwarifa, and I'm doing a bag that looks like that. It's like a gingham kind of thing, but because there was no dark or like light green at the shop, I did it with the gray. So that's how it looks like. This is the bottom, and I think I have 6 rows left, if I'm not wrong. I think so. And I've been doing that since yesterday night. Not night. I started at 3 p.m. It's not night. It's afternoon. So that's what I'm doing right now. My hand hurt, and but I'm doing it. I hope I'm gonna be able to finish it before Saturday, because that's when I'm seeing her, and I hope giving it to her. I want to give it to her on that day. So I'm crocheting while watching Shooting Stars. I guess I'll update you when my camera battery is full again. Hi. Little update of the day after. It is the 8th. Yesterday was the 7th. Today's the 8th, obviously. It's 11:58, and yesterday night while doing it, I realized that I did a mistake of counting. I thought it was, so basically I was like, oh my god, I have like 3 rows left, because I thought it was a 12 double rows, you know, so like 24 single rows, right? So like instead of like being 12, like 1 2 3 12 of those, it's actually not 12 of those. It's actually 24 of those. I counted those rows as like 2 rows, because it's like you go and then you go back, but it's actually like this is 1 row officially. So it's 24 of those. So basically I'm like halfway done. I was like, oh my god, but this is small. Why is this small? And hers is like high. And then I rechecked it, and I was like, I think she's saying 24 double rows and not 24 single rows. So I'm dead, because I have to see my friend tomorrow, and I want to give her the gift tomorrow, but I'm halfway done, and I started that 2 days ago. So I took 2 days to do 12 rows because I'm a beginner, and I'm supposed to do 12 other rows plus the strap plus the lining. So yeah, let's start that, and hope for the best, and hope I finish it before tomorrow. If I don't, it's gonna be hard because we don't see each other that often. So yeah, and I love her. I love seeing her. Every time I see her and then I come back, I feel so good. I'm like, oh my god, I love this little bean. She's just a sweetheart, and I feel like I need to finish that for her, you know. Let's go. I'm not even gonna try and do a time lapse because I'm tired as hell. But I guess I see you when I have an update to do. I am done with the bag. I'm actually done with it. Didn't do 2 of the stitches, or is it 4? I don't know. But like 2 or 3 other rows, because Dwarf is tiny. So yeah, so I'm done. I even did the straps, or I don't know how you call it. I call it straps. And I'm actually doing a lining. So it's like 3:47 a.m. Still awake. I can't sleep. So I was supposed to sleep like 4 hours ago. I'm not sleepy anymore, so I decided to actually finish it today. So I like I hand sew it, kind of like to have a repère, so it's easier for me. And then if the machine works, I'm just gonna go with the machine, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna do the same thing, but like to the actual crocheting. Yeah, that's it for tonight, probably. Yeah, but so that was the second official project I did. I was quite proud of that one, even though there's some stuff that I would have changed. And I'm probably, if I could, I would ask her to give it back to me so that I could change some things, like for example, the strings to make it like more like sturdy. Because I now learn how to properly do them. I mean, you can do them like that, but there's another way to make them so that they're more sturdy. But yeah, that was my official second project. My third project was I wanted to do a bucket hat, like a granny square bucket hat, like specifically that one. Look, the granny squares are here. I did like different like granny square with different colors, and I wanted to do them, and then I started doing them, and I like weaved like them together, and I was like, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. So it didn't look like what I wanted, so I changed it because it was also too big. So I did it as I wanted to use it as like a side like bag. I'm really into like small compact one, so it was too big for me. So I was like, So I used it as a like the last one I used it as like the project I used it as like a laptop holder. It takes too much place in my bag. Laptop sleeve, not a laptop holder, a laptop sleeve. I have another one, so I don't see the need of having this, and it takes way too much place. So I how do you call it? J'ai défait les coutures, and I'm now using it for a blanket, a granny square blanket for my nephew. So I have different like different granny squares that I did, and I'm probably gonna show it because this is like later on, obviously, because I scrapped it after, and I did other project between them. So that's the third one I did. The fourth project I did, I also don't have it because it's also gifts that I did for a group of girls. It's like cousins slash people that are not my cousins. And basically we do like every year. I mean, it's the third year now, and we've did like an aid between women, between girls, and it's like we do like a kind of like a secret Santa, and basically for every person there, I like crocheted a little kind of like a little sleeve pocket kind of thing, where you can put like your sanitary pads or anything you don't want people to see, or anything again that get loose in your bag, just to have everything in one place. You can also use it as a phone sleeve. I did like different colors. I did some in checkered, I did some like in random like looks, but I forgot to take pictures. But I did like different color combos. I did white and yellow, I did green and white, I did green and black, yellow and black, green and white. I did like various ones. After that, I did a little break. I took a little break because I was tired, and I was thinking, what can I crochet after that? Beginning of August, I think, I was I was going to my friend's house in the south of France, right, for like 2 to 3 days. And I was like, I want a bucket hat and I want a bag. I mean, I looked for crossbody bag that's big enough to hold like my phone and my camera and like keys and like, stuff, right? And it looks like that. I did, I don't know how you call them, but it's like you take two like yarn and you like do the stitches together, right? Instead of having like only the white and then the, I don't know how you call that, sand color. I did white and sand, and then I changed the color for pink and sand because I didn't have white anymore, and it was supposed to be like a crossbody that have two different color blocks. I don't like this color combo, and my mom does want that bag, so I'm probably gonna give it to her when I'm finished with the second one I did. But it actually is fine. I really like how it looks. It's really like not big, and it takes a lot of stuff, but it's not that big, and it doesn't like sag too much, so I like it. And I even did like a pocket inside. So yeah, so like I have a pocket and it's like a square I had, and I was like, oh, okay, why not use it as a pocket, you know? So this is my whatever, I don't know how much, like what's the number, but this is the project I did. And then after that, I wanted to do a bucket hat. Ended up not doing the bucket hat because it didn't look how I looked, like how I wanted it to look. Bucket, how many times did I restart it? I think like 4 times, and then I was like, I'm done. So I didn't do it. And then after that, I went on holiday. Going there and then coming back from there, I was doing granny squares. I think it's called sunburst granny squares, and I did like a lot of them again for the blanket I'm doing for my nephew. So let me try and show you the different, like the ones I have. So yeah, so until yesterday I was doing the granny squares. I mean, I'm doing them like as I go, because I do have to finish that project for December, because that's when I'm going back to my parents' native land, my parents' native country, Gambia, and that's when I'm gonna see my nephew. So I'm like spreading them. Um but yeah, after that, this, like, I think that like August, or like the end of August, or like the past week, is the week I've been the busiest with crocheting. That's when I started thinking I would do a thing for my nephew. So I'm busy crocheting granny squares. So after that, I did like a sleeve, another sleeve. If you look at it, it's probably gonna remind you of my first project, and it's like a red one. I wanted to do something different than like granny squares, and I needed to work on my tension, because I still have struggle with the tension. So I'm working on that. As you can see, this one looks a bit wonky, but it's because of that part. Because it's not really that wonky when you look at it, like without the thing, but like with this part, because I did something wrong somewhere, it looks a bit wonky. So that was my other project. Then what did I do? I did again a bit of the granny squares, and then I did some, I don't know how you call them, pouches, one for my friend and one for my mom. So for my friend, I did a strawberry one. It looks like that. Let me try and show you. So the front one, I followed the front and the strawberry. I followed the tutorial that I will put here or in the description down below, where it's like a square. It's like a granny square, if I'm not wrong. In the back, I did it. It's like my own. I don't want to say it's my own pattern, because it's just double crochet, and I don't know how many stitches I did, but it's like double crochets. And then here I did double crochets, and then I think I chained 3 and did 2 double crochets in each stitch. I think something like that, to create like sort of like holes, so that I could put like the string, so that you can, so that you can do that. And I lined it inside with like a fabric I had for years now, and I did my mom one, which is also a strawberry, but it's like, yeah. But for my mom, I didn't do like a square, like granny square at the front and thing at the back. It's like one long one, and then you know, I like fold it in half, and I sewed it, like I sewed the side, which is why it has like a different form. This one that generally looks like a pouch. This one doesn't really look like a pouch, but it also looks like a pouch. And then at the end of both strings, I added like a little beady one. Mom's one is like a black bead, and another one, and this one is like a pearl at the end. So it looks like that. So this one is for my friend Melina, and this one is for my mom. Then after that, I also did like a coaster. I don't know how you pronounce them, but yeah, this one is for my mom. Um, I really like how it looks, and I followed the Turkish tutorial video, so it was really funny. But what's nice is that she did put like on the screen the instruction, on like 60 rows and stuff, so that's cool. And starting that, I am now a mania about doing costers. I love doing costers. Some of them are round, some of them are squares. So I did that. So I tried to learn, which you can see with my mom one. I tried to learn like how to do patterns with, or how to do, yeah, is it patterns? Like pictures? I don't know how you call it. But like how to do stitches so that at the end it looks like something like that, you know? Which when I look at the screen, it looks okay. In real life, doesn't look that good. I don't like it. It's like a big strawberry, but I've been learning. So this was my official first one. It doesn't look good, so I'm gonna use it for my. I'm gonna use it for my nephew's blanket. I will need to use it for. I don't remember what I wanted to use it for. Oh, to do a pouch. But it doesn't look like what I want. So it was supposed to be like a flower one. I'm gonna try and put a picture of the example I've used, but it didn't look good. Like the yellow is too blocky, so you can't even see. I feel like the picture maybe at the top, but then the bottom now. And then after that, I did this one, and it's like it still doesn't look that good. And then I looked at the tutorial, and like in the tutorial there's different ways the people do it in general, but this lady did it in like backstitch, so that the the image you're trying to draw with your stitches like comes out more. So this is the third one I did. It's like a heart, and I feel like this one compared to the first one I did, which is here, the image like is much more prominent than this one, I think personally, but you tell me. So that's one of my coaster. This is the second one of my coaster. So this is another one I did. And this, I did also this yesterday, and it's for the blanket. So those are all the kind of finished, not really finished project, but like, except the blanket, all of them are finished. And I just need to weave in some of the ends. And I have two projects that I didn't finish. One project I didn't finish and I'm still doing is a gift for my friend. It is a hat, a beanie, not a hat, a beanie, and I'm doing it now. So yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just a beanie. It looks like that. I'm following this tutorial, so if you guys want to follow along, let's go. Let's grind together. Nice. And my other project that I'm doing, or I haven't finished yet, is I'm following the same tutorial that I followed for this crossbody bag, which is a checkered black and white, and it is with big yarn. Like, yeah, it's big yarn, and so it's much more sturdy and like more in my color theme kind of thing. But I didn't finish it because I don't have this type of yarn anymore. But yeah, so I'm doing this bag, crossbody bag. I like it, and as you can see, the checkered look is really something. Where is the other checkered one? I did this in checker. I like the checkered look. And the last project that I officially did is, I forgot to show it. It's this little like coin thing I did yesterday night. I even like added like a little clip-in thing, so that I don't know how to call it, so that the thing can close. I also did like a little flower thing and like a bead thing. So I have like a little pouch for just the coins. But yeah, these are all the project I did for the past 2 months. I have a lot of other things I want to do, a lot of other things I am doing, and I have a list. I'm probably going to show it here. I have a list of stuff I want to do for me and for like my friends and families and stuff. So as I said, for my nephew, I do a blanket. I also have gifts I want to do for some of my cousins and aunts. So yeah, that is all. I hope you enjoyed it, and do what you like if it's not illegal, obviously. And I hope you have a nice whatever time you're watching this. See you next time for another video for Mass Creative Side. Bye.